every time I ignored my intuition, life became so hard. Every time I listened to my intuition, life became easier. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how your intuition knows everything, and sometimes it might not make sense to you logically, but it always knows what to do. And that's the beauty of your logical side of your brain and also your intuitive, holistic side of your brain. And 9 times out of 10, your intuition just wants to protect you. It's the higher level of consciousness that is within you that knows what's best for you. And sometimes you might not put 2 and 2 together, or you might not know why you're nudged to do certain things, but there is always a reason. And 9 times out of 10, it's just for your highest good. It's for your soul's evolution. And how majority of people in this day and age betray themselves by trying to fit in and ignoring that gut feeling, aka that intuition. I had ignored my intuition a lot when I was younger, and it led me in situations or predicaments that I had no business being in. And it's like I really truly didn't trust myself, and I didn't know how to trust myself because every single action that I would take was in contradiction to my intuition. So it's like, how can I trust myself when I haven't even built that foundation to trust myself to begin with? The moment I started trusting my intuition and I was just fed up with what I was going through, and just like my life was just not giving, it wasn't lifing at this point, that is when everything changed for me truly. Because I was like, what is the worst thing that's going to happen? Because if I am already in this miserable situation, the least thing I can do is just trust myself. Just trust my intuition. What's the worst thing that's going to happen out of trusting my intuition? The moment I started trusting my intuition, oh my gosh, especially as a woman, it skyrocketed. I don't know how to describe it, but my whole life on intuition and trusting your gut changed. I see intuition like on a whole different level. I don't see it like how I used to see it before, when I was like, not very conscious, and I was just living day in and day out like everyone else. I don't want to call myself an NPC. I was conscious, but I was just following the crowd. All of us had that phase where we just follow people. We do what everyone does. There is no clarity. There is no direction. You're just living just to live, But anyways, let's talk about why your gut, aka your intuition, is way more smarter than you actually think it is. Number 1, the times that I didn't trust my intuition, I paid a hefty price. Like, I've been in so much predicaments where, for example, I would have dreams. I feel like ever since I was younger, I have a very intuitive side to me that I've always never really deeped too much, but it was there, I'm not gonna lie. And I felt like my dreams would almost kind of tell me the truth or give me the clarity of what my waking life, things that I wouldn't get clarity on. So for example, when I was around this specific friend, and I'm just like putting 2 and 2 together, I had this specific friend that I was friends with in high school, and I remember ever since I befriended this specific friend, I started dreaming, having a lot of dreams about snakes, like all the single time. And I would always, like, when I'm around her, I would not trying to be like, oh, that's a coincidence, but I would always see it every single time, like how people see angel numbers. So I would see it in dreams. I would literally go to the gym and I would see random guys with the snake tattoo tatted up and everything. And I kind of was aware of what my intuition, or maybe my higher self, is trying to tell me about this specific person, because I would feel uncomfortable. And that was back then when I was a people pleaser. So I couldn't really tell you, I would, for example, if you do me a type of way, I would tell you once, but if you keep doing it, I would just kind of firm it, because I was a people pleaser. Obviously now I'm not like that. I don't operate like that. Never that. But back then I would kind of address it, but I would still allow it. So this specific person, I would always see really bad, you could say, omens or negative things that would provoke fear or low vibrational states in this specific person, when I'm around this specific person. And it just got to the point where I would ignore my intuition. Keep in mind, in the bottom of my soul, I knew this person wasn't my friend. They were just using me. They were just leeching off me. But I just didn't know how to tell you as a person. You know what I'm trying to say? Because at the time, I was very people pleaser. I was a very much people pleaser. And it made me realize, now that I know the information that I know, it made me realize, damn, you attracted this person because you are too much of a people pleaser. And this is number 2. So remember, intuition is very subtle. It's always there. If you dismiss it, it dismisses you. Like, there's been so many instances in my life. For example, I would be driving down, like, in the road, and I would just get this intuition, like, don't go over there, go left, or take a right. I would just get small whispers, and when I would listen to it, I would be in such a better predicament than I was. There would be moments where, like, there's one specific time I was driving, and then I had this intuition, even though, like, there is two roads that still take me to the same destination. It's just one was different, not the usual road that I would take. And I took it, and I kid you not, when I took it and I drove past that specific area, I realized by the end of the lane that I was driving on that the other road was blocked. There was roadworks happening or whatever. And sometimes it happens in such a quick, like, it happens so quick that you have the opportunity to choose whether you want to listen to it or not. And I feel like things like, I don't recommend, to, like, obviously take it to the extreme, but trust yourself. Whether you feel this, like, for example, as women, we are already very, very intuitive. A woman can have so many kids, but she will have that intuitive connection to her children, where she knows where, like, if something's wrong with her child, she has a very deep connection to her children. And I feel like men can never get to that level. You know what I'm trying to say? A woman's intuition is like, it's something else. It is truly something else. And I believe that God, next to God, the next archetype that is close to God is literally a woman. I believe that if you are looking after a woman, whether it's your mom, whether it's anyone, and she prays for you, she blesses you, she always says good things about you, I believe that you can just truly be blessed by having a woman saying all of those things. Because I've noticed, I don't know if you guys put two and two together, I've noticed that men who become successful always have a woman behind them. No man can ever be successful with no divine feminine energy or archetype who didn't contribute to their journey, to their growth. I believe that the divine feminine was punished by men, by the hierarchy, whatever you want to call it. So men, since they are, like, you know, the hierarchy, whatever, they could look down upon women, but women are very, very powerful. Intuition is very, very powerful. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm so grateful to be a woman, because being a woman is not easy, but it's such a beautiful gift. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, and also another thing is, if you're a woman, you have a natural lie detector installed within you. So utilize it, capitalize on it. I believe that women know what's really good. Like, I would be around certain people and I would just know when, like, something's off about people. And sometimes I don't know why, I just know that. It's like, are you good? Are you really good? Are you sure something's off about you? Like, what is it? Like, you know, like, talk your shit. But yeah, honestly, I feel like I love women. Like, I love the divine feminine. Shout out to all the women in the world. Yeah. But nah, real talk. Women need to start trusting their intuition. Their intuition is literally their power. Trust your intuition as a woman. Men also have intuition, but you need to obviously exercise that muscle to get there. But women, it's like, women, oh my gosh. To be a woman and to be a successful woman in this 2026 is something else. The moral of the story, just for everyone out there, man, woman, he, she, you know what, I can't be generalizing genders these days. But for everyone who's watching right now, I just want you to trust your intuition, trust your gut, because it will never lie to you. You might, for example, you might be in a dilemma of, like, I don't know what to do. Your analytical mind might be like, oh yeah, do this. Your intuition, your intuitive, holistic side, your creative portion of your mind, even your brain is comprised of those two attributes anyways. I'm not trying to get into it like that. Ask yourself, okay, what am I nudged to do? It almost feels right to do, even though if I can't explain it. Sometimes it really gets like that. You know, like, all right, cool, I can take all of these micro calculated steps and it will give me this answer. And you can be so calculated to the micro of the micro. But at the end of the day, if someone who trusts their intuition or their gut feeling, whatever you want to call it, they will always be in a better predicament. They will be out of, like, bullshit, drama, messiness, all of that, compared to someone who's trying to do up micro of the micro, think analytically all the time. I feel like there needs to be a balance. Obviously, you don't want to be too extreme on one side. Being too extreme in any idea, and any idea and any thought is never good. You want to obviously balance it, but lean towards your intuition side, because your intuition will never lie. And your intuition is from GED, so like, big ups. Let me tell you my craziest intuition story. That I was like in the transition period of my life, like, you know what I mean, transition of like trying to be more like listening to my intuition. So one time my sister must have told me like, yo, go out, let's go out. She loves going out and stuff. I'm like, I go out for a reason. I don't just go out just to go out, you know what I mean? If I'm trying to look in with my vision, with my goal, with the load, I'm at home. I have no reason, you know what I mean? Anyways, so she invited me to this party, whatever. And it was gonna be live lit, you know what I mean? This is back in 2020. I don't remember. Anyways, 2020, 2021. I kid you not, I had this weird, like, upset, turning stomach like feeling, and I couldn't put my finger onto it. I was like, why do I feel like this? I just don't want to go out. I don't want to go out. My best friend, my sister they were on to me. They were like, you should go. Like, why are you trying to be like such an auntie? They were just getting on to me. And I was like, you know what? It's not that deep. That same party that they went to, there was this kid who went to my primary school, like 2 years younger than me or 3 years younger than me. This kid got shot up. Keep in mind, he's not a stranger. He's not someone that I know of or whatever. This kid went to my school and he went to this specific party, and there was just some gang affiliated situation, and his life was taken away. And at the time, I think he was just 18 or 17. I don't remember, which was insane to me. And then I was like, damn, this is why I felt so sick, but I couldn't explain it. So like, yeah, intuition can be scary. But when you know how to have a relationship with your intuition, everything becomes easy, you know? So, yeah.